talk to you a little bit quickly about Grow Decatur and what we've been doing on that front. Grow Decatur, for those of you that aren't familiar, is an initiative that was born out of a grassroots effort of a few concerned citizens a number of years ago. Recognizing urgency, Grow Decatur is a collaborative development and growth initiative working to transform Decatur, Illinois into a robust community. Through a series of community meetings, interviews, and surveys, Grow Decatur has compiled these value statements. These are the greater expectations that Decatur citizens have for their community, or I should say, our community. We expect that all residents, businesses, and organizations in Decatur will have an opportunity to prosper and succeed. We expect Decatur to be a highly desirable community in which to live and learn, work and play, raise a family, visit, and retire. We expect Decatur to embrace, value, and celebrate diversity. And we expect that all residents will seek and support excellence in education and personal development. The top-line goals of Grow Decatur are simple. First, we want to increase the median income for all citizens in Decatur by bringing in more quality jobs for our residents. Secondly, we want to reverse the declining population. More people need to live here if we are going to see any success. We want those people already working in our community to also live here. Third, we want to lower the unemployment rate and develop the skill sets of those wanting to work. And finally, we want to enhance the quality of life for those living in Decatur. From information Grow Decatur gathered through surveys, one-on-one meetings, general and specific topic group meetings, and focus group sessions, people in Decatur identified development in these areas as imperative to the growth of our community. Launched imperatives, as seen at the kind of the very top line up here, which are the inland port, water supply, community marketing, and branding. Those are currently self-sustaining with a clear direction, a comprehensive plan, a designated responsible party, multiple year commitment of resources, and they are of sufficient scale to be transformational. You'll notice a W, a D, or an L, in this case, all three, in the corner of each listed imperative on this screen that correlates with workforce, develop, or live, one of the top three line goals we just reviewed. So in Tier 1 imperatives along this line right here, these are areas that have urgent need. They are the most crucial to Decatur's development and success. Grow Decatur teams are actively engaging community organizations and citizens alike to align and make progress in the areas of education, prosper and succeed, and workforce development. You'll hear a little bit more in detail about those here in a moment. We recognize that these are all interdependent of one another. Nonetheless, we're breaking them into groups to make the most progress. These three imperatives are what we're really honing in on for the foreseeable future. Now, the Tier 2 active imperatives, I think you guys get where we're going here, just down the line. All right, so those are representing significant need in Decatur's development and success. Economic development, the next big idea. While the Midwest Inland Port brings major opportunities to our community, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. We want to be ready and figure out what additional transformative opportunities we can bring. Vibrant and attractive, which you'll hear more about in a bit, and 20 to 40-year-olds, recruiting this demographic to live here. Tier 3 are support imperatives. Grow Decatur will provide support and advocacy assistance as needed to housing in the city. Grow the Middle, which is developing Decatur as an attractive location for creation and growth of mid-tier businesses. And lakefront development, which I'll touch on here in a minute. The tabled and internal imperatives there that you see at the bottom were brought about during our last round of community focus sessions, but after all is settled, the Grow Decatur leadership team felt as though those items will be directly and positively impacted by the work that takes place in the other imperatives. So, lakefront development. As I noted, lakefront development is a strategic imperative of Grow Decatur, and we are in active support mode of this initiative. In true Decatur fashion, we're not going to let the woes of others, the state, hold us back on our progress on this front. While good progress has been made on the lakefront, we don't want this momentum to die. In recent recent community survey that was conducted 2-3 months ago, when asked what additional recreation options do you most want to see, 42% of respondents said more lakefront activities. So we've met with the Decatur Park District and created a 3-phase plan that will keep the ball moving forward. Being very mindful of potential grant opportunities and already pending requests with the state of Illinois and others, we don't want to affect any potential funding resources, but we are going to work on gaining additional financial support for the following items that are already outlined and listed in their master plan, which include a batting cage, a climbing wall, a splash pad, and a linear beach. While we will engage additionally, the young professionals in the area, as not only do they have a lot of energy, but they have identified these items over and over again as at the top of their demand list as well. Phase 2 will include the completion of the amphitheater, and Phase 3 will include a new restaurant, commercial, and residential development west of the beach house and on top of the hill where the old miniature golf course once stood. Initial plans for this type of development were included in the master plan, but in a different area of the lakefront. So after discussion and survey analysis, this seemed to be a very logical near-term opportunity. We're very pleased with the receptivity and the encouragement we're receiving from the community at large, and we will continue to engage all interested parties to make Decatur the transformative and robust community that we know it can be. And so now we're going to hear a little bit more in depth about the other Tier 1 imperatives that I spoke of: workforce development, prosper, and succeed.